Hello friends, Joey Saavedra here. How are you doing? Good? Really good? Bueno? Okay, good. Alright, so purpose of this video is to kind of provide a quick instruction on how to perform one of these spirometry tests that will hopefully introduce into PASS in the very near future. What I'm going to basically show you is just one of the spirometry tests that you can do on this device, FVC, forced vital capacity. So the device you'll be utilizing is the Easy One Air. Ooh, look at that. That's me. Alright, anyway. This device is going to be found in this box. Yep, it's got the NDD logo, new diagnostic design. And that box is going to be found in the PASS cupboard. Alright, so go in there, get the box, get everything out. The Easy One Air unit comes with its own little stand. And that stand isn't essential for the usage of this. I just wanted to let you know that this and this go together. You're also going to find two bags in the box. One bag is open, one bag is not. Stick with the open bag because the tubes in here are the ones that are specific for the Easy One Air device. The other tubes are for a different device that I don't think we're actually going to purchase for the PASS. So, once you've got your materials out, you'll also notice I've got some gloves on, yeah? You can get some gloves from the phlebotomy room in here in the lab. And one thing you don't see on me yet, but I will use later, is the nose clip. It's going to go on just like that when we start to do the actual test. Alrighty? Cool. So, you've got the device, you've got yourself sat up. Make sure you're sat down, nice and chilled. Put your gloves on, etc., etc. Go ahead, grab the device. On the top there, you'll see the on button. So press the on button. It should come on. Ooh, fancy. And I give it a second. Let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. Some stuff comes on. Yeah, can you see that? Some stuff. So first thing you're going to do, let's see if it shows up on here. Click the FVC. Look at that. Fantastic. You can see that Dr. Lee's done one, Joey Saavedra's done one, and there's also an option at the top to add your name. Alright, so if you go on to add patient, each and every one of you should be able to add your own name. Notice first that it asks you for your first name, so put your first name in there. I'm just going to put it as test, and then I'm going to be pressing the next button down there. It's going to ask me for the last name. I'm going to put test, again, test. Next. Alright, and it's asking for an ID. Just make up an ID. I'm going to put this one as 999, which is the number for the police in England. Alright. Obviously, date of birth, simple. I'm going to put this as, let's say, March 9th, 1975. Alright, cool. It'll give you option for gender. Let's put myself as female. Now I'll put male. Alright, it's going to be asking you for your height. I've already set this here to be in metric, so it's going to ask for your height in centimeters. If you know your height in feet and inches, just go ahead and go and do the conversion online if you don't know that off the top of your head. Alright, and again, it's going to ask you for your weight in kilograms rather than pounds. Can you see that? kg. Alright, so 68. Boom. Next, last for ethnicity. Whatever you may consider yourself to be, go ahead and put yourself in there as such. Boom. Alrighty. Okay, so it's going to bring you then to this screen right here. It's got all your demographic data in there. Your first name, your last name, date of birth, etc., etc. You'll use this side panel here to scroll down. You can see here asthma status, smoker status, cigarettes per day, smoke years, etc., COPD status. I imagine none of that applies to you, but if you do have asthma, I'm not sure if any of you do, go ahead and click asthma status, yes, no, possible. Alright, I'm going to put no for me. Alrighty, other than that, put no for everything else. Smoker status, no. Oops. Cigarettes per day, 0. Smoke years, 0. COPD status, no. Alright. So make sure all those boxes are ticked or data is entered for them. Okay, next you're going to go to Start Test. Boom, look at that. A message comes on. It says, no easy one flow tube detected. Please use an easy one flow tube. All right, luckily, we've got a bag of tubes over here. 18 left. We're about to have 17 now, because I'm going to use another one to demonstrate to you what it looks like. So you've got this bag here with the tube inside, and so what it's going to ask you to do is, you can see on the side right here, there's a specific arrow telling you to open the bag this way, and the reason for it is because it wants you to open up but not reveal this top part. So what I mean by it is, split down here, all right, reveal the bottom part, but hold on to the top part using the bag itself. Again, this is just practicing good hygiene control, because obviously someone's mouth's going to go on top of that, right? Your mouth even. So you want to grab everything and pull it up to the top, and that's how you insert it into the device itself. And so you'll notice on the top of the device here, there's an arrow, yeah? And there's also an arrow on the side of this. Can you see that? So arrow goes to arrow. Can you see the arrow on the tube, arrow on the device, arrow goes into arrow, 3, 2, 1. Look at that. And you'll see a little bit of the tube come down the bottom side of the device, yeah? Cool, fantastic. All right, so again, we're pretending this is a participant right now, so we're not touching this part because we don't want contamination. Okay, cool. So now that I've put that in, I can put retry, and it says, oh, sweet. Block easy one flow tube to avoid flow. And so what this is meaning right now, you'll hear a little buzzing. I'm not sure if you can hear it on the phone here, but that buzzing means that the device is starting to collect a sample from the air. So it wants you to block the top end of the flow tube to avoid flow, so you can get like a baseline assessment here. So go ahead and just do that. You're just blocking flow with the plastic. Go ahead and click OK. Boom. Now you are ready to go. Can you see that? It says blast out. There's an arrow there saying slide to cancel as well. You can slide that along to cancel the test or pause the test, whatever you want to do. But right now, we're about to start the actual FVC test. Okay? So, if you've got the instructions that I've sent to you, the instructions to perform the FVC are going to be on page 50. So just go straight to page 50 to do this, all right? So, what you're going to be doing is you'll obviously be the participant for this right now, okay? So you're going to have to remove this at the top here. And so, the device is telling you to start the test, but how do you start the test? Come to page 50 on the guidelines that I've sent to you. And it says, tell the patient to fill the lungs completely. So by fill the lungs, it means maximal inspiration. Ooh, look at that. I waited too long. Don't wait too long or else that'll happen. Okay? You can just press retry. Put this back on the top here and press retry. But fill lungs completely just means maximal inspiration. Like so, like properly breathe in until your breath you can't breathe in any longer. Some of you, the ones with the keen eyes, will have probably noticed one thing I've not done yet before doing all of this, and that is... That's right, I've not put on the nose clip. Good job, Alberto. Probably noticed that. Alright, so... Nose clip goes on. Good job. Good, good, good. Tell the patient to fill the lungs completely. Like so, yeah? Then, tell the patient to blow into this as hard and as forcefully as they can. When they do that, the first thing that's going to come into your mind is, right, I've blown out within 1 second, I've got nothing left in me, I'm going to stop blowing. That's going to be no-no. You want to blow, 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 even when you feel like you've still got something in your lungs. Keep your mouth over this and just exhale even whatever tiny little bit of air you've got left in your lungs. It'll probably feel like you're not exhaling anything at all. But the idea is to keep your mouth over this so that the device can collect every little freaking small bit of air coming out of your lungs. That's not fun to talk with this on. Okay, so if you look at number 3, it says, tell the patient to exhale as hard and as fast as possible and to continue blowing out until the lungs are completely empty. All right, so let's give it a go. You're going to find out quickly that this is not a super fun test to do. It kind of hurts your lungs, but we don't tell that to the participants. We tell them give a strong effort. Yeah, give a strong effort. All right, so let's come back here. Let's go to retry. All right, ready? So. Ah! Oh! Oh! I'm probably not giving this a good kind of go, but I can see silvery things. All right, sweet. So look what's coming up here now. It says, "Good effort. Do next." It's gonna want you to do this 3 times, yeah. And it's gonna be a maximal effort. Like give it all you've got. Oh my gosh. Add trial. Ah! 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 Feels like my heart's gonna explode. All right. All right, last one. Last one. Of course, you can imagine if you're an older adult, your job as the assessor, as the researcher, is to just encourage them. You've got this. Good job. Keep going. Maximal effort. All right then. Final trial. Add trial. Oh, bloody hell. I'm not ready. Okay, good effort. All right, so it's asking me to add trial or go to data. I'm going to go to data. Press data. Look at that. You can see all these lines and all these numbers right now. Now, I want to quickly just kind of go over one last little thing about the actual maneuver of breathing in and expelling the air. You'll have noticed that as soon as I inhaled, I didn't have a massive pause at the end. I didn't wait for a little bit. I inhaled and then straight in there. As soon as I reached maximal inspiratory capacity, I exhaled as forcefully, as quickly, as hard as I could. And you're going to get most of your air out within 1 second. It's going to feel like you're expelling absolutely nothing at all. But the idea is to have your mouth over this and just to keep it on there, even if it feels like nothing is coming out whatsoever. All right? So, after you've done your 3 tests, you're going to have the ability to see this device right here, to see these numbers on the device right here. And you can see lots of colourful lines. If you know what those mean, that's cool. There's no need for me to explain too much about what they are, but they're basically... Look at that. Test. And so, notice up here, alright, if I click on the test itself, alright, so I've got this, I'm going to click right there, alright, some additional information comes up, and what I can see here is the type of test I did, the reference document, NHANES 3, which is where it's getting its data from, and look at this, wow. There's a session quality indicator on there, which tells you how well you performed this particular test. And the session quality I got on this was D. And if you know anything about grades, a D grade is horrible. It's bad, right? The great thing about this device is it actually tells you whether or not the effort that you gave or the efforts that you've given were of good enough quality to read as reliable, as valid, and a value of D, a grade of D is horrible. So the results that I gave in that demonstration were not good at all, and I imagine it's a mixture of the effort that I gave, or perhaps the time I waited to expel the air at the end of inspiration. So your jobs is to try and get some A qualities if you can, yeah? Give yourself a number of different attempts to practice the breathing, the exhaling, and letting this device record your efforts. If you go back in here, you'll see some of my other previous tests, and I did get an A grade at one point, but you will feel massively fatigued after doing this time and time after again, and this has kind of opened my eyes really as to how difficult this is going to be for the older adults, because if it's tough for a young, strapping, super solid, ripped fellow like myself, it might be quite difficult for a 60, 70, 80-year-old. All right, so I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've missed here. There are full, legit, step-by-step instructions starting at page 50 for the FVC, forced vital capacity. There are different tests you can do on here. If you click more, you can see that there are maximal voluntary contraction, flow volume loops, but I'm not sure if we'll be implementing those. I just want to get you guys doing the FVC. Also, if there's something that you encountered as doing this for the first time that you think is like worth being part of the training manual that I'll ultimately develop for this, write it down, let me know, send me your feedback. You know, once you've watched this video, once you've tried this out for yourself and you've gone through the process, if you think I've missed something or skipped over something or just want to emphasize something even more, let me know, because I'm going to develop this training manual for obviously myself, any other operator that uses this, and then for future people in the lab. All right then, what do you reckon you do with this once it's done? Any ideas? That's right, you're going to chuck it away, haven't you? And if you look here, there's a little lip that allows you to kind of just push it up. Look at that, pop. All right, and the idea is to grab right here, away from where the mouth and the saliva has been. You're going to take this up, bish, bash, bosh. And if you've still got this here, it makes a little perfect. Look at that. And that can be disposed of. Saliva stuff can go in the trash can. If it's blood stuff, obviously it has to go in the hazard. So, yeah. That's 18 minutes, 19 minutes of your life that you'll never get back. I hope you've enjoyed your time here with Big Joey Sav. If there are any other questions, let me know. You've got the training document. You know where to find this. You're obviously smart individuals. Have a good time. I miss you. Miss you all. Except you, Tyler. You suck.